All right, so a question we get asked a lot, usually in the living room once we get invited out to an appraisal or to talk to someone about selling, is how can we actually make this happen? How can we buy this next house, whether it's downsizing or upsizing? How can we make that happen with either keeping our new house, or how do we use the money here? Like, how can we buy the next place? Because usually your money's tied up in a property. So what are our options?
I guess there's really there's a few lines of thought. But if you're looking to keep that property that you're in at the moment as an investment property, then we can look to use the equity in that to assist with the purchase of the next one. But often what we find is people don't really want to take on that much debt holding both properties. So there's another option. If you have got equity in the property that you're in right now, and you're looking to say upsize and sell this property and get into the next, but you don't want to sell this one first. You want to secure your new property, and then you want to worry about selling after, so you don't have the hassle of moving around too many times or whatnot. Then there is an option out there in the market called bridging finance, which, as long as the numbers stack up from an equity point of view, you may be able to leverage your current property, purchase the new one, and then have 6 months to sell your existing property, which takes a lot of the stress out of the process.
Well, we tend to find a lot of people saying, we don't want to be homeless, or we don't want to have to rent for 6 months because we'll have to move twice. Kids will then be out of zone for school. Yep. So bridging finance is something that we get asked about a lot, and it's a viable option. And I guess at the moment, with a lot of people upsizing because interest rates are so low, it's something that people have to look into. What are the risks when coming into bridging finance? Are there any risks?
I guess the number one risk is that you are generally given a time frame to sell.
Yeah.
So none of us really know, we know what the market's doing right now, but none of us know what's happening in the future. So I guess that time frame, generally it's 6 months. Some banks will extend it to 12, but generally you just got to make sure you sell and settle within that 6 month period to bring your loan back down in line with what the future is supposed to look like. So that's probably the number one risk. I guess one of the other positives about bridging finance is the majority of lenders that do it, the debt sits as interest only for that period while you're looking to sell your old property. So you're not sitting there trying to pay 2 mortgages at once.
Yeah, okay.
Makes it a lot easier to manage that. But I think it's just about being on the front foot, getting it listed straight away, or pretty soon after, and letting the experts do their job.
Cool. Well, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nick. If you've got any other questions about bridging finance or the process in trying to get from one house to the next without having to move around too many times, this is Nick Ball. I'm Nick Stewart. Talk soon.